When I tell y'all, my dream is to have a black husband with some black kids, black car, and a black crib. Like, I'm not even playing with y'all. Like, that is literally my dream. First of all, let's get this clear though. Dating and loving dark-skinned black women in public just became a trend maybe like 2 years ago. And if you disagree, argue with your mama. Are these not the qualities that you would want in a wife? You don't want your wife to be strong? You don't want your wife to be courageous? But again, those traits are only undesirable in black women. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Amarachi, and I'm back with another video. First of all, I want to say I'm so sorry that it's been taking me so long to get another video out. I know I was supposed to be consistent. I know I was supposed to be posting every week, but I had to get my life together. But now I'm better. I ran my bag up, and I had to, make sure that that money was looking right and that I was just good mentally, emotionally, physically, all those things. And I'm good. So I will be back posting consistently. I promise y'all, every single week. I'm going to try to do like every Thursday because I think Thursday is a good day for me to post. Every single week I'm going to be posting. I'm going to be here doing something on my channel. So yeah, my apologies, but we back now. As you all can see in the title, I'll be doing a get ready with me makeup tutorial while also having a little conversation about something that I think is really important for us to discuss. But before we get into the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. So again, today I'm going to an event, so I'm doing a little get ready with me, and I won't be talking too much about the actual products that I'm using or the actual process. But if you all are interested in me doing a separate tutorial about me or with me doing my makeup, just feel free to put it down in the comments. So let's get into the actual topic of conversation. So I wanted to talk about black women and this whole like strong black woman thing, because I think that like in this year of 2023 I have removed that from my vernacular, and I no longer want to adapt those ideologies for myself, and I would like for my sisters to also remove that ideology from their life. The reason why I want to have this conversation now is because I just finished watching The Perfect Match on Netflix, which was a hot ass mess, but it was very entertaining, which is what it's supposed to be. And The Perfect Match on Netflix, for those of you who don't know, is a reality TV show where essentially like a lot of people from other Netflix reality TV shows got thrown into a house, and one by one, like you had to either find someone that was your perfect match or you got sent home. And like every week it would be like more guys than girls or more girls than guys. So like if there were more girls, then one of the boys would go home, or two of the boys would go home. If there were more guys, then like two of the girls would go home. You get the gist. And then every week like you would pair up and match with somebody, so on and so forth. And for those of you who didn't watch, there were black women that were put into the house of all shades, but mainly like the representative black women were dark-skinned black women, and they were put into the house, at various times. One of the black women, her name was Anne Sophie. I won't say Anne Marie. Anne Sophie. She was there from the beginning. Oh, she was one of the originals. And then another black girl, like Colony, she got put in. So in the show, Anne Sophie got paired with the black boy, the only other like black boy, Zay, who was from The Ultimatum. Of course, because that's what they do. They automatically, put one black girl and one black boy so that they could just pair up and be a happy couple. And after the first episode, Anne Sophie got sent home because nobody picked her afterward. And Zay got sent home because nobody picked him. And then fast forward, and there was another, I think Dom is like either full black or black and mixed with something, but there was another black boy there, Dom, and who paired up with white women all the time. Did not want no black woman. And when Colony, who was the second black girl that got brought in, when she came, they also, when new people come into the house. They like put them on a date with somebody. They pair them up with somebody, and then they see if that person, those two will work out. So when Colony got brought onto the show as a late arrival, she got paired up with Dom, of course, because he's the only other black boy left. And the first thing Dom said to her, you know, when he met her was, wow, you're such an independent, strong black woman. And, you know, you're such a beautiful, strong black woman, yada, yada, yada. And, you know, all the things that people do when they see black women. Assuming that you're strong when you might not be. Assuming that you're independent when you might not be. Assuming all these things about you when a lot of times they may not be correct, or they probably are not correct. And then he went on to tell her that he was paired up with a white woman. And he was not interested in pursuing her. But there were other potential men in the house that could pursue her. And yeah, that's where that ended. And then shortly after that, Colony got sent home as well. Now, back to my original statement. My original reason why I'm making this video is because the same sentiment was put upon Anne Sophie, of her being this strong, independent black woman. And mind you, they are strong black women. You know what I'm saying? They are probably independent black women. They are both realtors from Selling Sunset. They, you know what I'm saying, got their own business situation. They entrepreneurs. They killing it, selling them houses, you know what I'm saying, in Tampa, or selling Tampa, not Selling Sunset, selling Tampa, in Tampa, Florida. So, yeah, I have no doubt that they're black women, but this is my issue with that rhetoric and that vernacular and that terminology. When you automatically assume that a black woman is a strong black woman, you attribute certain characteristics to her that are not attributed to women of other races, i.e., being independent, being strong, not feeling pain, things of that nature, which are oftentimes very masculine things, very masculine ideologies and characteristics. And because of that, that also comes with different people treating you in a certain way. When people see you as a strong black woman, and this is coming from somebody who also used to adopt this rhetoric, like, I'm strong, I'm independent, but when people treat you that way, it's like they try to see how strong you really are. It's like when you say you're a strong black woman, they always want to test how strong your ass really is. And that really be grinding my gears, because then you put black women in positions where they always have to defend themselves. And then when they defend themselves, it's like, now you're an angry black woman. Where they always have to fend for themselves and others, and no one is fending for them. When they always have to stand up and speak out for others, and nobody's doing the same thing. And again, it doesn't allow black women to be vulnerable. It doesn't allow black women to be soft. It doesn't allow black women to cry and to need help, because everybody's like, you're strong, you're supposed to know how to deal with this on your own. And it's like, no, like, just because I'm a strong black woman means that I can't ask for help, means that, you know, when people see me, they automatically think that I got everything together. Baby, newsflash, most of us don't have nothing together. Most of us are barely hanging on by a string. Most of us, meaning black women, we are barely hanging on by a string. As much as we are independent, as much as we are the backbones of many societies, of many communities, of many entities, we are holding on by a string, baby. We need somebody. We need somebody to help pull us up. And again, with this thing of being a strong black woman, it's like, again, it's like people assume that you don't need help. It's like people assume that, like, you don't need saving. And it's like a lot of us are drowning because, like, people are not helping us, and people are assuming that, like, we got everything together, and we really don't. Like, we really don't got this together. So that is reason number 9 million as to why I would like for us to stop with this strong black woman thing. Another reason is because when we give way to this strong black woman thing, and people treat black women otherwise, and then black women, like, fall in love with those people who treat them otherwise, and I'm gonna get to where I'm getting to, then society looks at us like we crazy. For example, a lot of people find issue with interracial relationships, specifically with black women going dating and finding love with white men. Now, there is always conversation, and I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I don't hear it. There is always conversation when black men also date outside the race. But the reason why that conversation comes up is because oftentimes when black men date outside of their race, they are often, always disrespecting black women in the same breath. So it's like, I date a white woman, this why I can't date no black. This why I can't be with no black woman, because they not submissive like my white woman. They not doing this like my Latinx woman. But when black women date outside the race, we don't ever bash black men. So that's why there's always an issue with that. But in terms of black women dating outside of the race, there's always issue with that because, you know, or people always have this issue, and they always spew this rhetoric of like, she don't love herself. She gonna go be with that white man. She don't love herself. Ain't no way she love herself. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that she could date a white man and love herself. Or, you know, people will expect black women to deal with all of the BS that we go through, right? To deal with all the BS that we go through, and not go after the men who are treating us well. And again, I'm somebody who's fallen susceptible to this because I'm someone who love, y'all. Like, when I tell y'all my dream is to have a black husband with some black kids, black car, and a black crib, like, I'm not even playing with y'all. Like, that is literally my dream. But I also recognize that, like, because of the society and the world that we live in, like, and because people, specifically black men, for whatever reason, just do not be rocking with black women, I get sad because it, like, I think about, like, whether that will actually be a reality for me. Like, is my dream of having a black husband, like, already out the drain because these men don't like us? Like, they don't rock with us? I don't know. Like, that's a possibility, right? But then if I go and date a white man, or if I go and be with a white man, marry a white man, these brothers is going to look at me like I'm crazy. People is going to look at me like I'm crazy. All the while, they was never trying to holler. They was never trying to holler. And I know that people are going to be in my comments like, you mean to tell me no black men be trying to holler at you? No, that's not what I'm saying. First of all, let's get this clear though. Dating and loving dark-skinned black women in public just became a trend maybe like 2 years ago. And if you disagree, argue with your mama. And also, if you disagree, you can't use Kelly Rowland as an example. You can't use the quintessential, like, dark-skinned black women who always get love as an example, because those are anomalies. Those are exceptions to the rule. If we're being 100, like, liking black dark-skinned women in public literally just became a trend recently. So while black men have tried to holler at me, oftentimes it's in the DMs. And oftentimes it's on some sexual stuff, right? So no, I don't believe that, you know what I'm saying, that has always been a thing. I know that has not always been a thing. I know this has not always been a thing. And so, you know, it frustrates me because when I think about the possibilities or the potentials that I might not be able to date or I might not be able to marry a black man because they don't really rock with black women, it's like, it really scares me. It makes me sad. It scares me. And again, it all falls into this rhetoric of, like, being a strong black woman. Like, yes, I'm strong, but who said I want to be strong all the time? I don't. I'm telling you I don't. I want to be weak. Weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I'm trying to be weak in the knees. Like, I'm trying to be submissive. I don't know, I might say some pick-me shit or whatever, but I desire a world where I don't have to be a strong black woman, an independent black woman. I already am dominant in so much. I want to be submissive with my man. Meaning, I don't want to be strong at work and in my family and in the house. I only got strength for two things. I want to be weak. So, you know, I really want us to move away from this strong black woman rhetoric. Move away from like this independent black woman rhetoric and really embrace dependence. Embrace being dependent. And I don't mean depending on these bums. I don't mean, you know, leave and lose your senses and you know what I'm saying? Like, don't still be strong, don't still be independent, because that's important. It's important to have a balance. But I would like for us to give black women grace. I would like for us to love black women and allow them to be soft. Allow them to be weak. Allow us to be regular women, just like y'all allow other women of other races to also just exist. Can we just let black women exist, please? I don't know, man. It's just a sad reality that we're in, and I would just like for us to, you know, get better. Get better at loving black women. Get better at allowing black women to just be. Yeah. So let me put this lash on, and I'll be right back. Hey y'all, so I'm back with the finished look. I did my lips, I took off my band, did my lashes. As you can see, it's giving simple, but I wanted to finish up my argument because I definitely forgot about another black woman that came into the house that adds to my argument about this strong black woman and people disrespecting black women because they see us as strong. And so because they see us as strong, they oftentimes test our strength. There was another black woman that came into the house a little later. Her name was Diamond. She was from Love is Blind. And for those of you who don't remember, Diamond was engaged to Carlton, who was a black man. And that's very important that I state this. Diamond was engaged to Carlton. They subsequently left the villa together. And while on their honeymoon, they broke up because Carlton revealed to Diamond that he was bisexual, which he did not tell her in the house, in the pods, which I have my own opinions on, but I won't share those. So Carlton revealed to Diamond after they were engaged that he was bisexual. Diamond did not like that. And so, you know, in talking about it, Carlton didn't understand why Diamond was upset that he was bisexual. And Diamond was just like, that's something that you tell somebody before, you know what I'm saying, you propose to them. Like, you're supposed to tell me all these things so that I know, you know what I'm saying, if maybe maybe I don't want a man that's bisexual, maybe I want a man that's heterosexual, whatever. So when they were breaking up, this is the point of me saying this. When they were breaking up, Carlton and Diamond were arguing, and Diamond was just like, you know, I don't like this, whatever. Carlton then calls Diamond a bitch, like this, and he says specifically, I'm pretty sure he said this verbatim, this is why I don't mess with bitches like you. This is why I don't mess with bitches like you. This is a black man talking to a black woman. This is why I don't mess with bitches like you. To which, of course, Diamond got riled up. She's like, what? Like, now I'm a bitch? And then he changed it to women, but that doesn't even change the sentiment. Because after he says that, Diamond gets up and walks away and is also going off on him. And he's like, that's why you need to fix your wig. Your wig is slipping. Now, regardless of if Diamond's wig was slipping or whatever, the overarching issue and message with this is that, unfortunately, people always talk degradingly to black women, talk down on black women, come at our bodies, come at our faces, come at our hair, regardless of if Diamond's wig was slipping, regardless of if Diamond had one lash on, regardless of if Diamond had a lace front and you saw all the lace and it was never giving what lace. It does not matter because it's always that. I saw this video of this man that had a blower, like a wind blower, and was blowing black women's hair, and they had on wigs and it was blowing off their hair. And it's like, why do y'all always try to embarrass black women? Well, for many reasons, but one of the reasons that connects to my initial point is because y'all don't see us as soft. Y'all don't see us as our feelings potentially being able to get hurt. Y'all see us as these strong black women who are invincible, who are indestructible, who nothing can hurt them, nothing can touch them, nothing can, you know, pain them. And so Continuously you test our strength. Continuously you test our patience. Continuously our womanhood and our femininity is questioned and is tested. Again, because society sees us as these strong black women who are untouchable and indestructible and oftentimes undesirable. And when Diamond came into the house, she was automatically thrown onto the black. Well, she was actually thrown onto, I think it was Bartice, who was a half black, half white man who also is problematic. And then Bartice was like, I'm not interested in you, but maybe you should go after this white boy. And then she went with Will, and then eventually Will was just like, I'm not even attracted to Diamond. I'm just here to win the game, blah, 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 blah. And Diamond got sent home. Again, another black woman who's not desired by anybody gets sent home. But it's seen as strong and courageous. And it's like, then I think to myself, are these not the qualities that you would want in a wife? You don't want your wife to be strong? You don't want your wife to be courageous? But again, those traits are only undesirable in black women. So I'll wrap up my, my story, or wrap up my rant with this. I want us to let black women be soft. Let black women be weak. And I, as a black woman, am going to stop referring to myself as a strong black woman. And when I hear people say, you're such a strong black woman, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I was strong in this situation. I am not a strong black woman, because I am weak at times. I'm just a black woman. I was strong in that situation, not in all situations. So continue to pray for black women, because we definitely need prayer. To my black sisters, I love you. I see you. I adore you. And I am praying that you can experience softness and gentleness from this day moving forward. And I pray that all the black women under the sound of my voice can feel a sense of warmth and the hugging of someone who sees them as gentle. And I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and for those of you who made it this far, thank you for listening to me. Make sure you, again, comment, like, subscribe, share. Tune in next week for a new video, and hug a black woman today. All my love. I'm out.